This is Feedbag and Flicks, where every episode is served with a side of comfort food, neurodivergent perspective, and all things friends, food, and film. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode 3 of Feedbag and Flicks. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this episode. We have a lot to discuss. But before we get to the review, let's talk about the food.
Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, spaghetti, rice, French fries, potatoes, and goulash. Bagel, barisi, asparagus, spear, hot dogs, and baked beans, and sauerkraut. Red butter, mushrooms, and chicken pot pie. Pink lemonade on the 4th of July.
Alright everybody, so we are here at the Oak City Pizza Company, right here at Deer Creek, in the heart of Oklahoma City. I heard so many amazing things about this pizza place, but let's dive right in. Alright everybody, so we are here at Oak City Pizza Company in Deer Creek in the heart of Oklahoma City. But the reason why I chose this pizza place is that it goes well with Toy Story 5. But also, Woody and Buzz at the first movie goes to a pizza place called the Pizza Poet, where Andy also goes. But I'm so excited to dive right in, especially since I heard so many amazing things about this place. But what we have here is buffalo wings, which is, of course, as many of you know, I love my spicy, but I hope it has a really good kick. And then the other appetizer we have here is the fried mushrooms. As you know, Feedbag and Flicks, you always have the mushrooms. Oh my goodness. Perfect 5 out of 5 mushrooms. I really like the juice that comes with it, but the juice that squirts in your mouth. But no matter what size it is, this is some of the best mushrooms I've ever had.
And let me just say, I don't think I've seen you give a 5 out of 5 for any other food.
I don't know.
So
This
to
is
give
one
a
of
5
those
out of 5
times.
for mushrooms is a big moment.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Big moment.
Big moment. So the wings has a little bit of a crunch, but also just a right amount of juice, just right amount of breading, the friedness. I would give that a 4 out of 5 mushrooms. And it also has a little bit of kick to it too. Just the right. Oh my goodness, you guys! The pizza is finally here. The moment you guys been waiting for. So what you see here, this is called an Angry Bee Pizza, and it has red sauce, pepperonis, mozzarella, and of course one of my favorite sauces, hot honey. And this looks out of this world incredible. And I am sure that this will take me to infinity and beyond. And the other pizza we have is the what's it called?
Spicy meat.
Spicy meat pizza. I wasn't paying attention on here, but what I see here is jalapenos. What else it has?
Jalapenos, pepperoni.
Spicy pepperoni.
Spicy pepperoni.
Spicy sausage.
Spicy sausage. Ooh. So I'm gonna give both of these a try. So first we have is the red beef. So I cannot wait to dive right in. So here we go. Let's do this.
Rapid food moment!
To infinity and beyond. Oh my god. Yes! Oh my goodness. That was amazing. I really like, it's really crunchy, but I really like how the hot honey goes really, really well with this pizza. And it does have a kick to it. But I'm going to give this pizza a between 4.5 and a 5 mushroom.
Oh.
Right in between. But last but not least, we have the spicy meat pizza. And this looks just as good as the honey, Angry Beef. So here we go. Wow. That is just as kicky as the other pizza. That is amazing. And it also takes me to infinity and beyond too. I will also give this a 4.5 and a 5 mushrooms. So overall, I will give this place a 4.5 mushrooms because this is absolutely worth it, especially if you're gonna go to a pizza place. This is it right here. All right, everybody, we're here at the Icon Cinema in Edmond, Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, this theater is one of my favorite theaters, especially since it's decorated with so much memorabilia all over, and it's really creative, but also the seats are so relaxing. They recline all the way back, and it's so comfortable, but also it has really good surround sound. But I'm so excited to dive right in.
You've got a friend in me.
Oh my gosh, you guys, Toy Story 5 is absolutely worth it. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to tell you guys all about it. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, thanks
Hi,
for having
guys.
us, Jake.
So-
It's been a great day.
I know. I had the best time ever with you guys. So, first of all, as a whole, what did you think of Toy Story as a whole? Not the sequels yet, but just Toy Story as a whole.
I love Toy Story because I love the idea of playing with toys, the purpose of playing with toys, the variety of toys, and the creativity and imagination that can come from playing with toys.
I like that. I love that, Mom. What about you, Dad?
I like the message too, the same way as what Mom said. I like it the fact that it talks about we all grow older every day.
Oh,
And we
yes.
all get you reach maturity, which I don't know that I ever will reach full maturity ever. But it also the most powerful part of the whole message to me is the fact that you can still engage in your imagination and in your childlike mind and play with things and just really embrace your childhood. It scares me every day that I'm getting older, but I sit back and see the things that I find humorous and the things that I enjoy doing, and it's my childlike mind that makes me embrace every single day when I wake up. So Toy Story is just every bit as important to me, from Toy Story 1 all the way to today to Toy Story 5. So
Yep, but I have to say, out of all the Toy Stories, this one is my absolute favorite because of the message. Because I see, as an educator, I see what technology is doing to kids. I know that it has its purpose and its place, and it has a lot of great benefits.
yes, ma'am, it
But
does.
it's also affecting kids' creativity and their language skills, their imagination, and their ability to form friendships, just like in the movie, because technology gets in the way of relationships, not just between kids and their friends, but from adult to adult, adult to child. We all need to put down our devices and connect more. And I think
Yes.
this movie showed the importance of that. And not just that it's important, but just the meaning behind that, and how connecting with each other and putting your device down can make you feel.
Well, absolutely.
Everyone needs that.
Also, I agree with you, Mom. The reason why is that you should never take life for granted.
Right.
Especially since you never know it's the last time you get to see each other.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly. Like when we're traveling in the car and everyone has their phones or tablets, and we say, oh my gosh, look at that mountain, or look at that tree, or look at that interesting, restaurant on the side that has been closed down for years. I wonder what the history is there. We look back and everyone has their head down looking at their phone, and they've missed what we were trying to see or talk about. And that happens a lot. So
Yes, ma'am, it does.
it's important, Jacob. I can remember, I don't know what I was doing. I can just remember it was 1986.
Ooh,
and
history.
Scooby-Doo
Nostalgia. Yes, Jacob. I still can remember some things. But it was 1986, and I was at my home. We were in Yukon, America, and I remember seeing the name of it was Lexo Jr. Do you know what Lexo Jr. is?
That is the Pixar lamp.
That is exactly right. So Lexo Jr. was bouncing, and he was playing with what?
The ball.
Yes, a little yellow rubber ball, and he was kicking it around. And that was the first time that we really got to see CGI, and it was amazing to me to see what was going on. I thought that was the most amazing video that I'd seen in a long time, because things are you're going away from the standard animations to something brand new. And I just remember seeing that and how much it meant to me at that moment. And then when you see Pixar, what it's become, and Toy Story first being that being its first movie, it brought me back to those.
Take your time, Dad.
I looked over at you and you were crying today, and with that movie, and you know, it was a powerful scene, and those are the things that you were seeing, the moments that Mom and I think about all the time. It's like we lose a little bit of our childhood every day, and that really makes me sad. But I get to see it in your face. I get to see you were looking at that, and you were having a moment too. And it was pretty powerful for me to see that, because it took me back to my childhood. And that's the things that I remember the most in my life, is just those little moments, those little nuggets of things that we take and we don't realize how big of a moment it's going to be later on in our lives. So when I see a silly little lamp bouncing over on top of an eye and dropping down and turning around and looking, it reminds me of that moment as a child sitting there and watching this happen in real time for me. So this movie means a lot more than just a sequel to an amazing story.
Yes.
But it was just like Mom said, it's like we need to put down our stuff. We need to just embrace each other and share in those moments and share in silliness and stupid things and just laugh, because we don't know when that last day is going to be. We never know when that is. And I want to be the kind of person that even at 80 years old, I'm able to be goofy and weird and make people giggle and just embrace their childhood. And that's the thing, is that thank you so much for taking Mom and I today. I appreciate that so much. We don't get to do that very often. And sometimes I'm jealous when I get to see you take off and go to a movie with all your friend group. But I'm glad that we were your friend group today.
Thank you, Dad. That means so much to me.
The reason why Pixar is one of my favorite movie studios or companies or whatever is that Pixar has made some of the most powerful stories they have ever done. Like Inside Out, Finding Nemo, or even Toy Story and Monsters, Inc. But did you guys know that the reason why I watch movies today because of Pixar? And especially since, fun fact, Finding Nemo and Toy Story are some of the first movies that I ever watched. And ever since I watched them, they connect to me in so many ways. But they make the most human stories that I ever told, because of the creativity they have. The genuine things they have done, like friendships too, and teach so many things in life that you've never been told before, especially as a person with disability. But oh my gosh, but there's more to come really soon. Stay tuned for the review. You got a friend in me. Toy Story 5, and we're gonna go to infinity and beyond for this one, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get to the review, let's do a quick recap on how I feel of all the Toy Story movies. So here we have the OG, one of the very first movies I watched when I was really little. The original Toy Story. An absolute classic. I will give it 4 out of 5 mushrooms. So you got and then we have Toy Story 2. My favorite Toy Story movies and one of my favorite movies ever. It's one of the best sequels ever written. I really love how it expands on the first one and just improves so much. And how it introduces Jessie. But Jessie is my favorite Toy Story character ever. I just relate so much to her and what she's going through. And that's what makes Toy Story 2 very, very special. And then here I have Toy Story 3. Another amazing sequel. And it is just one of the best climaxes to ever be in a movie. And Pixar really outdone it. Especially the ending. And it feels like the end of the saga. With just Woody, Buzz, and everyone finding their place where they could be loved and accepted. And just moving on from an era to the next. Up next, we have Toy Story 4. Not quite near as good as the other ones, but I really liked it. Especially since it's about trying to find your dreams and what your purpose is. And they did a really good job with that. But there are some spots that are kind of wobbly at times. And the plot just goes all over the place. But you know what? I absolutely loved it so much. But the rankings are But after Toy Story 4, there's one movie that I do not like at all, and we do not speak of. The Buzz Lightyear movie that came out a few years ago. Oh my goodness. I was so excited when the trailer for Lightyear came out. It was one of the best trailers I've ever seen. I really liked how the cinematography went. But then when the movie came out, I was so disappointed. The story was all over the place. I did not like the characters. I just did not like how the story went at all. The characters were just not memorable, not relatable. Just the characters were just poorly written. But I really like Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear, but the role always goes to Tim Allen. But we do not speak of Lightyear ever. So, in order from least to best, I would Lightyear. Number 5, Toy Story 4. Number 4, the original Toy Story. Number 3, Toy Story 3. Number 2, Toy Story 2, which is my favorite Toy Story movie. But then we're gonna move on to the latest Toy Story movie, Toy Story 5. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to talk about this. So let's dive right in. Oh my goodness, for Toy Story 5, let's first talk about the music. And the Toy Story movies would never be the same without this amazing music and its composing. The one, the only, Randy Newman. The guy, aka the guy who sings "You Got a Friend in Me." Oh, Randy Newman's music is just one of the most timeless, the most memorable music of any animated movie. It's just his bounciness and clumsiness, but also he just makes all the Toy Story movies what it is today. And I just cannot. I was so excited when he announced he's coming back for the 5th movie. And he did. And despite being 80 years old, he did what he came to do. And he still did a wonderful, wonderful job of making what Toy Story is. Despite getting older, he never gave up. And I love that so much. All right. Moving on to the actors. All right. So we got Tom Hanks and Tim Allen returning as Woody and Buzz. But despite getting older, they did such a wonderful job keeping those characters what they are. But their performances are just amazing. But we got Joan Cusack as Jessie. She did such a marvelous job too, especially since she improved on what made Jessie the way she is in the movie. And then we have, as for cast members, we have Conan O'Brien as Smarty Pants, which is a toilet device which teaches kids how to use a toilet, and he did an amazing job, despite not being in the film as much. But the screen time he got was hilarious, and his signature type of humor, and that's what made the character that was written. Then we have Greta Lee. I don't know much about Greta Lee, but she is the tablet, which Bonnie got since it's becoming trendy. And all the kids wanted the tablet, but the parents, at first the parents were against it at first, but she thought about it and she got the tablet to make Bonnie happy. We had Craig Robinson as a hippopotamus type of device, who is an Atlas GPS, like Google Maps type like device, who was Daryl in The Office, and he played the shark in the Bad Guys movies, which I don't know if some of you guys may have heard of it or not, but they're hilarious movies, and you guys need to watch them. But anywho, he was hilarious in that as well. He did such a good job. We have Wallace Shawn back as Rex. Annie Potts, aka Janine from Ghostbusters, who was the accountant for them, as a Bo Peep, which she was she wasn't in it that much, but the screen time she got she was really good in it. And there's so much more cast that did such a good job bringing back those characters that we all love so much. And now let's talk about the direction this movie has. So, and the first two movies, John Lasseter directed it. And then the third movie, we have Lee Unkrich, who also directed Coco. He did such a good job directing. Toy Story 4, Josh Cooley, who was one of the writers of Inside Out. And he later did a Transformers movie that came out, Transformers 1, which, okay. I will give it a 3 out of 5 mushrooms. But, anywho, Toy Story 5 is perfect. It is directed by Andrew Stanton, who wrote all of the previous Toy Story movies. And I thought he was perfect because I knew he has the capability to bring the magic of those characters, but also bring it to a new generation. And I really like his movies a lot. He did Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, WALL-E, and he just does such a good job bringing the Pixar magic to those and brings so many stories and bringing them life in a magical way. And I'm so happy he did the new Toy Story movie. And the animation, it looks a lot more crisp and a lot more real. And I could tell they took its time, which the last Toy Story movie came out 7-8 years ago, but I can tell they improved with the animation and they make the toys look a lot more real, a lot more like prosecute, especially Woody, since he grew a lot older, and ever since the first movie, as time goes on, he gets a little old and a little foggy, a little wrinkly. But in Toy Story 5, the characters look like they came in a most realistic way, and that's what I really liked about Toy Story 5. But most importantly, let's talk about the story and its message. And oh my goodness, and the message. But first, let's talk about the story. So the story is that Toy Story 5 picks up where a couple years after Toy Story 4, since Woody became a lost toy, Bonnie, Jessie is now in the lead of the charge of the toys. But when Bonnie gets something that is really trendy and really wants something that a lot of kids have, which is, I absolutely relate to that so much, which is an iPad. But kids these days have iPads and a lot, and technology can be a little bit distracting to what's around us. But when they have an iPad, all the toys, especially Jessie, was concerned that all the toys would be replaced by new technology and they won't get played with as much anymore. But luckily they called in Woody to figure out what's going on. And now I'm glad they got Woody into this situation. But when the tablet goes haywire on them, it's up to them to help Bonnie be the best self she can be. Then let's talk about the message. Oh my goodness. You guys, I love the message of Toy Story 5 so much. And the reason why is that it reminds us that to never take life for granted and just put our phones down. Just live life. Just enjoy your friends and family who always love you so much. Your besties, your friends, your family, and especially all the campers, counselors, Special Olympics volunteers, and athletes who all love you just the way you are. Every single person in your life cares so much about you, but you should never take your life for granted. Life is short and is fragile. You do not want to spend all your time on your phone. Just live your life. Live the life the Lord made you. Before we get to the rating, I just want to say why Pixar means so much to me. Pixar is absolutely one of my favorite animation studios ever. And the reason why is that Pixar creates stories that are personal, meaningful, and teaches us about life the way in the most unique perspective out there. And they are always so creative about things like monsters, cars, toys, superheroes, fish, everything you could think of. Pixar just does it. And it comes from your imagination. And that's what Pixar means to me. And this Pixar just creates joy. Whenever I see the Pixar lamp coming on the screen, I knew I'm into something great. And that is why Pixar is so special to me. But alright, let's get into the rating for Toy Story 5. So Toy Story 5, I will give it 4.5 out of 5 mushrooms. And it's the best one since Toy Story 2. But I like Toy Story 2 a little bit better, but Toy Story 5 is close. So close, and it's worth the wait. I was so excited ever since it first announced. But I absolutely recommend it to anyone especially who loves Toy Story just as much as I did. But I just want to say thank you so much, Oak City Pizza, for going out of your way and be a part of this episode. And your food is absolutely amazing, and you guys mean so much to me and all of us at Feedbag and Flicks. As always, I am Jacob Howell, and remember, movies are always better for the side of friendship and fries. See you guys on episode 4!